the fuck you. That's
you know why? Because the majority of I'm not a yeller. The majority of people and women, because I'm a woman. I'm a woman. I'm a woman. The majority of people, shut up, egg whites.
What the fuck was that?
The majority of people, namely women, because I'm a woman, we believe in some world that you asked me to marry you because you actually done. Like you really want me to be me and you. And then here comes that mindset that you just had that says, yes, Funny Joey, ascertain that you just said where I'm just trying to ask you to marry me because I got caught up. Okay. And I drank the Kool-Aid. So to me, when that happens, you will be in an engagement till Jesus come back.
Okay. I mean, it seems like a trend. And I think that's what Joey was trying to hit on a little while ago. And he's like, when people want to become gay, you know what I mean? And it's a trend. You know what I mean? And then getting married is a trend. It's something you want to do. You think it's cool, it's hot, but you don't understand the commitment and the work that comes behind that shit.
26-inch rims on your Harley is a trend. Motherfucking mohawks, shaved dreads is a trend, not marriage.
But people are still treating it that way, though. People, if you look at the divorce rate, you know what I mean? Motherfucker get married and 6 months later they separated. He's in his club doing his thing. She's all with her girls doing her thing, and you only in 6 months.
No, they ain't even divorced because they never gonna divorce because people can't afford it. They
exactly
married and separated.
How many times have you met a man? How many times have you met a man that said, "Hey, look, I'm single, but I'm still married." You know what I mean? She lives over there. She's got her own man, and she's got her own life, and I've got my own life, but they're still legally married.
A lot, because I did a live about that, saying niggas separated is married, bitch.
Yes. You know what I mean? Like, so is it fair to say getting engaged and getting married can be a trend?
Call us 301-232-5700 because Tone is about to kill me. Tone is about to kill me.
I'm gonna kill you though. Well, I'm not gonna kill you. Here's thank you, Batman. You said it. Batman said it. Look, hold on. Cover Egg White's ears. Beta man behavior. Beta man behavior.
On his damn eye.
Listen, I mean, and that's a question because I'm noticing, and be fair, up and down my timeline, I've seen some women that I'm like, damn, you've been with old boy for a minute and rocking that fucking ring. You've been engaged, Jesus, 5-6 years. You know what I mean? And y'all ain't thinking about getting married. Like, so is that cool? Is that a thing to do?
Okay, here's the opposition for your ass. Okay, ready for some opposition? I prefer that because guess what? I know people who is getting married next month that I can get his ass to. I know people who got married last night. If I call him today, I can get his ass to. So to me, drag it on, bro. Drag it on for real. Just drag it on.
So what are you saying? Drag it on because the relationship, being in a committed relationship and living together is like being married anyway? Is that what you're saying?
To the person that's trying to pacify, you know what I'm saying, trying to pacify their partner. And you know what? I was listening to church yesterday morning when I got off of work. And they was talking about that something called intimacy anorexia, and that is one of those ways that people starve you intimately by giving you something that you want and holding you to it and never making good on it. And this is one of those areas. This is it. Where they give you what you want, because for real, a lot of women are satisfied with the get on my one knee, go down to the go down Southwest, go up wherever people go to the overseas and just give the whole shebang bang. A lot of people are satisfied with that because it is a look. So, and the men who are with the women who they go for that shit, they know they can.
Okay.
They know they can. So, to me, where I divide with you is the time frame. I divide with you because I was trying to give me some reasons about why you about how, you know, or reasons why it could go longer or whatever. I divide with you one time. Let's take this call. What's up, caller? Who we talking to?
Hello?
Yeah, my name's Tierney from Florida.
Hi, Tierney.
on?
I can read your
Happening?
comments. What up, though? Thanks for
Hey.
calling. Florida in the building.
How y'all doing this morning?
We are well. Thanks for
Well, thank you.
Yeah, my cousin is he's married, and him and his wife don't live together, and
Really?
she has about 3 boyfriends currently. And
Damn.
she's really married.
this did.
And they tried to go and get a divorce, but it was too expensive for them.
Okay.
So they let it go like that. And so
Okay.
now they live separately, and actually they're still seeing each other also. So I guess they just have an agreement, a weird agreement.
Mm.
Okay. Well, that is it sounds like a weird.
Also, when he was engaged, he pretty much drug the engagement out for as long as she would allow him to do that.
He did what?
Because he was actually in there.
He drug out the engagement.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. You said he drug out the. I got you. He drugged out the engagement. That's what you said.
For as long as she would allow him to do it. Oh, we're gonna get married. Oh, we're gonna get married. I just need time. I just need a little more time. And she would just be relaxed with him saying that, and I almost pretended like she didn't know what he was actually doing, because she just held out hope that he was actually going to marry her at some point, which he did do, but he took his sweet time doing it.
Can you tell me the how long did he drug it out for? Do you know the number of years?
About 4 years. And it was all due to the fact of him being caught cheating.
Oh, it is.
Which is and I didn't even realize that myself until you guys brought that topic up this morning.
Nice.
Okay.
And I said to myself, wow, I said, so that's why he actually did that. Because he got caught cheating. They argued. She was wanting to leave him. She said, I would never put up with anybody cheating on me, ever. And then he popped the question to her. And then a few days later, they were peachy again. And she was happy. And she had a ring and everything. And I'm like, what did he? I'm like, how did that happen? And he's like, yeah, I'm getting married. And then next thing you know, I'm getting married. I'm getting married.
4 years.
And anytime you would see him, it was, I'm getting married. And that lasted for 4 years.
So how big was it? Was it at least a nice ring, Tierney? Was it at least a rock? Was it at least that?
Nice.
Oh no! That it was a nice band.
So you saying it was a Walmart special?
Oh, that's about it.
Oh wow!
And now the situation somehow turned into they're married. He's in one house. She's in another house. She has children with him also. 3 children with him.
The dumb chick.
Who are all in middle school now. And she also has her boyfriend who is aware that she is married to him. But her boyfriend also lives with her.
Is it safe to say that the children came before the marriage?
Clearly.
Yes, the children did come before the marriage.
Okay, they don't.
2 of them came before the marriage.
Woo!
Thank you.
Is that?
He said, "Help me, Jesus."
Oh, okay, you're welcome.
I appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man.
Don't go nowhere. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
What?
Thank you.
You see? You see?
Oh, it's a thing, Tone.
It's clearly a thing. It's
right.
clearly a thing.
You want to weigh in on this? Can you weigh in on this at all?
Come on.
He got his
his
Oreos mask on. He's so cute.
I fully respect marriage It is something. Hold on a second.
Oh shit!
Keep in mind. Hold on, folks.
Hold on, caller.
Hold on, caller. Don't go nowhere.
I think now, like I believe the fact a lot of people in this day and age are wanting to just, like you said, treat it like an Instagram post and things like that. But then again, are people who do love each other and they want to, mind you, they want to share their moment with those who are, especially in this day and age right now, who are unable to be here. What happens before and during and after the engagement, it depends on that couple.
Okay.
So
that's real.
So that's how I see it. But let's hear what the caller has to say.
Caller, who we talking to? Caller?
Hello.
Can you guys hear me?
Hey, Batman!
Who threw the signal out? You did, Tom.
I ain't do nothing. I'm just sitting here. But Batman, let the man talk.
Good morning.
Yo.
Good morning. It's Batman.
Yes, sir. Speak on it.
Listen, it don't take that long once you get engaged to get married. If you thought that life, the whole courtship or whatever they call it, the whole time y'all been dating, by the time you say, let's get married and put a ring on our finger, you should already have that paper built up. The paper ready. If you got a good event planner, 3 to 4 months to put the wedding together. Anything over a year, you pimping her. You just want the benefits. You never had any intentions of marriage.
Damn.
Woo!
Damn,
Batman, this is not new where people plant their flag, right? And they trying to just make sure you don't go nowhere. I just need to, I do, but I kind of don't. So if I plant my flag, and women like flags.
I love flags.
Women grew up in such a fantasy world. That's why the brother can cheat on her and come back and say, "Oh, baby, will you marry me?" and show her that diamond, and she's all for it.
It can flip, right?
That one day, but it's all about her.
Okay, the script.
That's what they want.
Okay, the script can be flipped, right?
Batman, you hear what he said? Say it again, Egg White.
The script can be flipped. The woman can cheat on him, and even though she got the ring and all. So mind you, it really depends on the couple. It like I said, before, during, and after it. So it really depends on them. It doesn't matter how long you can have a long engagement or a short one. If the guy or the girl are not really in sync as a couple, then it's like, to them, it's all for show. She gets a ring out of it in the end.
Mm-hmm.
So but I'm saying, as a man, if you're a man and you're about that life,
what life?
You're handling your business. You're handling your business as an individual. You're working your vision as an individual, and you get this woman. By the time you say, "Will you marry me?" and put a ring, engagement ring on her finger, you should actually be ready for the actual marriage, the ceremony. That's what I'm saying. That's what brothers who have that alpha mentality, who are about that life. But the other dudes who still want to play around a little bit, really don't, they're just working a job. They really don't have a vision. And they can play them little games like that.
Is there an exception? Is there an exception?
Ring on her finger for years at a time.
Is there an exception, Batman? I'm sorry. Is there an exception? Is there an alpha that has all those things lined up, but he's still 3 years in? Like, could there be a reason other than he playing games or whatever? And this is I don't have an answer to, so I'm really asking you to ask you. Looking for an answer, rather.
If an alpha is with a woman and he doesn't marry her, it's because she don't have them characteristics that he's looking for. And she got that good. She got that Kiki Grant in the back. You understand what I'm saying? She make you hook the steak up.
or something like that.
Can a gamma
But
get some of this, or omega? Because these alphas keep getting all the women. I mean, you dogging the betas, but then again, the epsilons are kind of wondering what's going on. I mean, are we going to go through the damn Greek alphabet to find out what type of person is this man has to be? It makes no damn sense.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm sorry to you, Mr. White. However, there's a distinction. The distinction between the alpha and the rest of the alphabet. See, you guys, any man that is distinguished other than alpha can get all those things. But he gonna get the other things that come with it, like being cheated on, and then wind up being the one who's subject to the divorce. Because
you're
women are filing for divorce nowadays.
So again, what I'm hearing, anything beyond alpha, they're going to get cheated on, or they're going to be just accept all the crap, and all of a sudden the alphas, you're going to rule the earth and pretty much get all the women and bop them on their heads and put them in their caves. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying, Mr. Egg White, is that alphas we do rule the world. I have to acknowledge that. Yes, we do rule the world. However, any man outside of that is subject to all of the behaviors from a woman that does not reflect him having a position of power. Meaning, yes, cheating on him, working him, or however we can put it. And then it all winds up in a divorce from which the woman files. Am I being bold and arrogant enough to say that alpha men don't have that problem? Yes, I am.
Batman, there's a comment that says alpha male is an opinion. This is from Tyranny. Alpha males are engaged to too many women also. And he also states that alpha means nothing.
That's my response.
Tyranny is a male.
It's a male.
Yes.
He must be beta. No disrespect, but he must be beta.
Oh.
That's the distinction opinion. In my opinion, it doesn't take years to marry a woman.
No.
Okay, hold on. If it doesn't take years, mind you, again, don't you feel it really depends on the couple themselves? I mean, and in the end, it's like if they do get married, because the one couple I know that sticks out to me right now who had a long engagement was Mick Jagger and Jerry Hall. They were engaged for almost like 20 years. And then once they got married, they end up pretty much getting divorced.
Yep.
And because they were more happy when they were engaged. So really, it really depends on the couple and how they feel after once they go down that aisle and say the I do's and all that, and realizing that from here on out, that's where the real work comes in. So again, if you're going to blame Mick Jagger not being an alpha male, because he didn't, stick with it with Jerry Hall, for at least longer than what I think they only last like 5 years after they got married. I mean, he's not an alpha. I mean, this is Mick Jagger now. He's the man.
But I could conclude. But I think again, all that I'm saying is, since we're talking about engagement, I'm not talking about the guy that I think if you are a man, and you are seeing this woman, and you determine that this woman is a helper, she has the characteristics that's going to make you shine and enhance you and help you to meet your vision, it ain't going to take you years to marry her. That if you are a man with no vision, and the majority of your life is encompassed by you seeking pleasure as opposed to handling business, then yeah, you can play the little game.
Okay.
And say I'm gonna marry you because you're supposed to be cheap. What's the other thing I need to save $10,000 so let's get married. now the distinguishing difference. If you're a man and you go out that life, once you see that woman, you know she's the woman. By the time you give her that ring, in my humble opinion, it would take a few months to plan that wedding. That's what my experience.
Because you know what? It's funny because Tyranny had questions for you. He wants
Tyranny got questions. I was gonna say Tyranny's got questions.
His first question was ask you, were you married? And then he wanted to know, is your marriage alpha great?
My marriage was alpha great.
Okay.
We'll do big business today.
And his last comment was, that don't mean nothing but having
But
having money.
One thing that's beta is to ask another man about the status of my relationship. That's what female.
Binky brings up a very beautiful point. Binky says everyone's love story isn't the same. So what timeline works for you doesn't work for everyone else.
Gosh, I like that.
Well, that's why we're having our individual opinion.
Yes.
Facts.
For me, I say 3 months because if you showed up, got a good event plan, it don't take about 3 months. What I am actually opposing to those who are butthurt by my comments, what I am saying is it doesn't take years. I agree with Tone is saying it don't take years.
Okay.
No.
It don't take over a year. Because if you are really in love and you guys really are building a vision, you ain't gotta have no $20,000 wedding.
Well, I agree with that.
What black man want to spend $20,000 on a wedding
for one day?
A rich one.
Look, I had for me, it took me a year. It took me a year from the time I asked her to marry me, and then a year later, we had everything done.
So, because I've never been married, do you like wait on the guy to say when, or do you decide together? Because
together, we worked out the date together.
There's some people, because I want to have this opinion over here too. There's some people for real who you may jump ahead and ask them to marry you. The women get cold feet too.
Facts.
And realizing, oh, this nigga serious. This nigga serious. And there are things that you probably have in place that would this wedding or whatever would interfere. And then it's like, do you then come and grab her by the hair and be like, look, I said, like, or what happens when I take too long? Do you then say what you were suggesting earlier? Like, man, that's too long. What happens if I take too long? Do you then?
At that point, it also depends on how
you marry me. And you say yes, and I put that ring on your finger that says we are engaged.
Yes.
I'm not gauging your time frame, man. You said yes to me. See, I'm sorry to keep bringing the egg white don't like the Greek alphabet, but that's the difference between
the
Roman
a
man who deals with his woman from a position of power. It ain't no, oh no, I'm gonna wait for you until you decide that you don't have cold feet anymore. You said yes to me. Are you now saying no? Kick that ring out. Let's end the engagement. But if you say yes, and we are mature, I'm saying these things in jokes.
No,
but
I get it.
If you are mature and you have your vision set, it's not gonna take forever. All this, well, I have cold feet, oh, my money ain't right, and stuff like that. All that means is that you're not mature and you don't have the insight concerning what you're about to get into.
I respect that, and I receive that. Tyranny has
Tyranny is going off. You want to read it? Look. Tyranny says this man is not even married, talking about was married. Alpha male this and alpha male that. Not qualified. Yes, many women would have a problem with that. You're not king. You don't rule women. Here goes that response again. Kiki.
Well, Batman, that's a super pause, bro. That's a pregnant pause.
That was yo.
I can't hear Tone. I can only hear you.
Oh,
Oh, so okay.
oh, you didn't hear him read the comment?
Oh, I'll give it to him.
ahead.
All right, this is a tyranny. This man is not even married. Talk about was married, alpha male this and alpha male that, not qualified. Many women would have a problem with that. You're not king. You don't rule women.
I'm not going to respond to that, man. Tyranny, you're being feminine, brother. You and your emotions. You need to go back to last week's show and watch that. I don't want to have an emotional conversation with my brother, Tyranny.
All about emotion. That's what relationships are. It's about emotion. It's about love.
I ain't in no relationship.
Aren't alphas supposed to what, they hide in their emotions? I mean, are we Vulcans now? Because I like to be, like I said, I'd rather be a Romulan. You know, they express their emotions.
Well, see, with two men expressing their emotions, that you know, they can kind of say things that can come across as an attack. So this is not the show for that. So what I will say is I respect his opinion. I honor his opinion. But I don't go back. I'm not going to go back and forth. His statement is his statement. My statement is mine. That's the difference between alpha and beta. Pause.
Okay. Right, man. Okay. I mean,
Thank you.
thank you.
Go somewhere.
Don't go nowhere, Batman. Batman. I don't know what the hell just happened, but okay, Kiki, you over there like nigga. I'm like, what the fuck?
My hands are sweaty. Look, I'm like,
Look. So, but I can say in some regard, it for me, it took me 1 year. 1 year. I asked her to marry me, and then a year later, you know, I got married. You know, I knew I was already set up. I knew what I wanted. I know how I wanted it done. We both agreed. And so when you were asking those questions, like we talked together to work out what we both wanted. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't just a one-sided thing. It was definitely, you had to work together with your partner and figure out what she wanted. There's some things that she wanted, I didn't want. And some things I wanted, she didn't want. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I'm still upset because I wanted to get married in my Jordans, and she said, no, she wasn't having that shit. No Jordans allowed at my damn wedding, and I was mad about that.
I don't have a long emotional attachment, or I don't have a long comment for engagements because I've only been engaged once, and I was very young. Like with my daughter's father, it was fake too. That shit was fake.
So help me. Help me understand what about the fake engagement, Kiki? Help me understand the fake engagement shit because I'm like a little lost there.
He was fake. Like he asked me, and I was all yes. And looking back, I got the ring like a week later. It wasn't even at the time that he asked me. He was still out here. He, you know, blah blah blah. The shit was fake. So for real, I didn't even honor that shit. So I can't even say that was like a true engagement. In the definition of the word engagement, it was one. Because he asked me and I said yes, waiting for the ring. I didn't get it because he's like, oh no, but wait a minute, it's gonna come next week though. I said that ain't how this works, but that's how it worked. So
wait, so he proposed without a ring?
Without a ring. I was waiting for it. I was like,
wait a minute. So that's another thing too, Kiki. That's another thing too. That these dudes is getting down and you know what I mean, and without a ring, or they hit you with the promise ring or some shit like that.
A tattoo, like fuck you. Excuse my French. F you. It's morning time, but no, it was fake. So honestly, I don't have a whole bunch of experience with engagements. I feel like time frame is something that this conversation is going to have me to think about because I do believe in all this soft sweetness that's over here. I'm going to convince some man to marry to want to marry me, and I'm gonna have to have that conversation. So I'm taking a lot of talk points that's coming from this to try to figure it out, but. I was asking because I'm the type of person that if you ask me, I really want to have especially okay, people are saying now that conversation probably has already happened and blah, blah, blah. And to me, I like to reiterate shit. Okay. I like to put these little things in these bullets because if you ask me to marry you, like, what you talking about? Like how long? Like now I'm going to ask that, and I don't want to offend the person. I don't want to do that, and I don't want to get caught up either and say yeah, and then you drag me along for forever. Because for real, once I'm in it, I'm in it, and people know I have a history of staying in shit way too long. I really do. I have a history.
Okay, so if this man comes in and y'all start having these discussions and these talks about marriage, right? And you'll start having these talks about marriage. Are you going to wait till he asks you to marry you to start asking these questions, or are you going to ask these questions prior?
No, because I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people don't have conversations about marriage. I mean, some people do. Most people don't. Like, there are people who be like, I'm gonna ask her on her birthday, and then you know who they tell? They tell their friends. They tell their friends. Like I during that time, I never knew that this man was interested in marrying me. He wasn't, but I never knew it that he wanted to engage me until he did it. So we didn't have those conversations. You know why? We were living together.
Okay.
I was very young. I was in my 20s, very early 20s. And we were living together, and for real, that's what it was. And then he even was walking around cheerleading for the fact and beating his chest that we were in a common law fucking marriage because we were together that long.
Okay.
And he thought that shit was cute. He even tried to convince me that it was cute.
Well, I know some people like that. You know what I mean? I have somebody I know that that's been with this woman. Jesus, 20 years, got kids together. And they common law married, and and marriage is just not an option. And I'm like, dude, like, yo, you've been together for 20 years, and y'all living
in
together.
Their eyes, that's my way.
And niggas believe I'm married. That's my wife. We common law married, like nigga.
Yeah. Going back to what Egg White said when he said that that people with Jerry Hall and all them, like some people feel like marriage is a piece of paper. What we have is this and that and blah, 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 whatever. People really feel like that, and that marriage will fuck up what we got. People feel that way. And they don't want to combine their finances. Like the pastor was talking about that yesterday. They don't want to share their finances. Like they will do that intimacy anorexia thing where you don't even know what the life insurance policies are, blah blah blah. Like there are people for real who just want a partner. They want you to share their shit, and they don't want you to share their shit.
I get what you're saying. I mean, they want somebody there. They want the physical there with them all the time. You know what I mean? And this way you have that guaranteed in-house, but you don't want to sign the paper. You know what I mean? And I used to have that thinking. When I was younger, I had that thinking. I was like, yo, what was the fucking point of getting married to somebody and versus her being my girlfriend? How does shit change? We still live together. We still do shit together the same way as a married couple would. So what the fuck is the point? Now, if I have to get divorced from you, I got to go see a judge, and I got to go do all this other shit just to get rid of my girlfriend. So when I was younger, I had that mentality. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck am I doing? I want to marry your ass.
Tierney said, like, T.I. and Tiny is a perfect example, he said.
Okay. I mean, hey, if it works for you, that's fine if it works for you. I mean, whatever works. At the end of the day, if it works, then have at it. It's no big problem. But we got questions. We just curious to know.
If you're going to change my last name, Bama, it better be right. I'm telling you, I will.
So what would be for you?
I will go to jail. Like I will catch.
What for you would be right?
Case
for you, Kiki. Your for your brand, for Kiki brand.
I need the reason that you want to marry me to be proper. I need the fact that you want to marry me, the things that you say that you're going to give me. I need that to be proper. Like you want me as to be yours. Great. You want the world to know that. Beautiful. You want to understand that I am going to change my name and I'm going to align myself with you. What's the plan? And if it all got to add up, like you just, I don't want to, they don't want to. I don't want to with nobody who don't want to.
Okay, all right. But if this man he want and he's coming at you and he's like, yo, look, Kiki, this is what I want. This is why I love you. But these are still conversations you're having during your relationship. You know what I mean?
You say that, but no, that's not everyone.
And you know what? And so that's right. Let me rephrase that, y'all. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Conversations that people should be having. You know what I mean? And should be talking about. But then some people are, some people aren't. In my household, these are conversations we have. These are conversations that her and I have daily sometimes. We talk about these things,
That is
That's for us. What works for
some
me?
people be like, "Oh, we talking about this again." And
Yes.
they some people say that like, "Oh, didn't we just have?" Bro, I thought we established. Especially if you get a fucking Scorpio. If you get a Scorpio, you could cancel Christmas. You can cancel Christmas.
Have I ever dealt with a Scorpio? I don't recall.
I have 3 of them.
Really? So you didn't learn your lesson the first time? Went back for seconds and thirds?
I love them. It's something about us. But you know what? They feel like a reiteration is, oh my God, again. And no, you're just trying to superimpose. You're trying to make sure and reinforce that the things that you're offering me are still in place. And you know what they tell you? If it wasn't, I tell you, you're a liar.
Okay, so let's Jay Blood, my homegirl Jay Blood. I'm glad she came back. Jay Blood was like, she said, they were together for 5 years. They were together for 5 years, and then he popped the question. Okay, so you had a whole relationship for 5 years. Now, that's not what being said that he didn't ask her to marry her in year 2 of their relationship and waited 3 years. You know what I mean?
Maddie says Scorpios don't want to keep hearing the bull. It's the truth. And they have the colossal unmitigated gall to tell you they don't want to hear the bull every day. Again, I mean, didn't we, bro? Go ahead. Like they make things so uncomfortable, especially when you like to talk about shit. If you a mass communicator,
okay,
you have to tone some of that shit down for Scorpio.
So for you, so Kiki, you are a mass communicator.
I am.
You're a mass communicator. So literally, you would have to dumb yourself down for a Scorpio.
I have.
So Maddie, you're a Scorpio too. Maddie's a Scorpio. Okay, so Maddie, I want to know what Miss LaRue has to say. You know what I mean? Are you the way that they're explaining a Scorpio? Maddie, is that you?
Call us.
Call us, Maddie. If you can, I know you're probably at work, honey. I know you're probably working, but if you can, please call us because I just want to hear a yes or a no. You know what I mean?
If you can. Anyone wants to weigh in on this audibly, 301-232-5700. I need to know, do you agree with Tone? Do you agree with Batman about these long engagements? Why? Will Funk said, what the fuck are we dragging this shit out for when you know, you know? If you have an opposing opinion, if you agree with them, call us and tell us.
Yeah. So, I mean, and so I'm looking at it and I said, and so Bruce, Batman just said, I'm a mass Scorpio communicator. So he's opposite of what you're
because Batman is an old Joan.
Okay.
Batman is
Hello. Who are we talking to?
Hello? Good morning.
Morning.
Maddie.
It's morning like shit. Good morning.
I like your mornings better.
Don't you?
Hey, me too. I love it.
Spicy vegan egg over there kicking his shit. He don't want to hit. We gonna get him a cup of coffee. He ain't trying to hear none of that.
I'm bringing coffee next week, Maddie, for spicy egg whites.
He ain't for it for 9 o'clock morning shenanigans. You bring that at 9 o'clock at night. I'm a Scorpio, and we don't want to keep on hearing the same nonsense. It's fine with being with grounds of open communication, but after a while, it seems like you're nagging about the same topic. We are aware. We won't let you know that we're hearing you. We'll just try to put it in effect to try to make you happy. But if you keep on going over the same guidelines and rules as if we're not listening, it's almost like you're trying to drill sergeant us into listening what you're trying to say, which leaves us to be openly opinionated or think that you got something up your sleeve.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't want you to think that you have to dumb down to talk to a Scorpio. It's that we overanalyze everything.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're looking into what you're saying to sit there and make sure we're understanding it right so we don't get it wrong. It's almost like being a perfectionist. Now, Tone knows that I'm not going to say I'm argumentative. I just want to make sure that I'm understanding you correctly. So when we leave the situation, all of us are on the same page where we don't have to address the situation again.
That's bad.
Here, and that's just grounds of communication. If you mean what you say what you mean. Get that understanding and make sure you're not understanding. It shouldn't be a problem. You know what I mean? So it's like, don't ever think you got to dumb yourself down. We're not the smartest things in the world, but we also we're just sitting there asking every question you could ever possibly ask us to get it out the way, so you won't have to come back and say, well, yeah, we had this talk 2 weeks ago, and I just want to go back. No, please do not keep on banging me over the head with a hammer with the same conversation, because I don't want to hear it after a while. Because what do we keep on going back there?
Can I interject and tell you why we got to keep going over this?
Why?
Because the curtains don't match the drapes. You will say one thing and then the action doesn't coincide with that. And when you decide to enter in something with someone else, the things that you say have to be shown. It's a reiteration that needs to happen. Like, he thinks, the person that I was dealing with thinks that if I told him that I loved him, year one, and he knows it because I never said I didn't. And I don't operate that way, because I need to, love is felt. Right. And fucking me. Yes, I love how y'all, baby. I love it.
But
but we need more than that. And
Scorpio men are totally different.
They are.
It's a secret. They're totally different. And October Scorpios are way different
than November. And you're all suspect of everything, though. Everything is something you guys are.
Yes,
it's a suspicion. It's a that's nagging. That's nagging. The suspicion that you guys have.
It's nagging to myself. See, I get on my own nerves. I'm telling you now, I get on my own nerves. You hear me? I'm like, yo, you gotta chill. Like, I will sit there and be like, you up to no good. Now, don't get me wrong, I be knowing, because I feel it, like I just feel it, and I be right. But at the same time, it's like, you can't even let it happen because you sitting there nagging. And you know what? We don't trust.
You don't.
Scorpio, like, we don't
Not
trust.
A soul.
I don't care what Scorpio says. They got trust issues from coming out the womb. We got trust issues coming out the womb. And it doesn't mean nobody hurt us. It's just like, we literally sit there and overanalyze everything to the point it gives us that theory of we can't trust nobody. It's very hard for a Scorpio to crack that shell.
And it's hard for the person to be with you with that, because if you're beside someone and I'm giving you my trust, I'm giving you the things I'm giving you because you help me to trust you. And when I have to jump over these hurdles, year after year after year, and I still didn't achieve that, I will ask you, who the fuck hurt you? I will ask you, why are you here if you continue to side-eye me? Well, I don't trust nobody. Well, then why are we here? You know what I'm saying? Then I can't get that because the thing that you understand and you don't help me to understand it. So when you collide and you offer someone some way and something, you gotta knock some of that shit off. You got to. You got to.
Capricorn though, right, Kiki?
I am.
You are natural. I remember that. Y'all are natural lovers, though. Y'all want everybody to love y'all. Like, so sometimes that cracks y'all heart. Capricorns is the most caring, loving people I ever seen in my life. Like, y'all really care.
Not this one. Not this one. Hey, Maddie, on my mother, young. Ask anybody who I don't give a fuck. But if I love you, and if you get to me, listen, if I allow you to love me, or if I allow myself to love you, you know it, because I treat you different. But it takes a lot. Like I don't give a fuck. But if you make me give a fuck, you better act like you made me give a fuck. You better understand that what it took for me to get there.
That. If we break our shell for us to open up and stop side-eyeing you, and you hurt us, the sting that comes behind that is crazy.
That's why you guys are always waiting for someone to hurt you. You always waiting for the shoe to drop. And it's like, no, baby. I do ask, who hurt you?
This why we don't work. Listen, it came from the womb. I'm telling you straight here. I'm November 2nd. I will tell you all day that came from the womb. I look here and I'm the most easygoing back. I don't even think that all my traits of a Scorpio kick in, because they got some traits I don't have. Some of them got traits I don't even have, and I be looking. I lay back and I'll sit there and I look. Sometimes it's good to be quiet, but and when it comes to a relationship, unfortunately, my younger son's father is November 3rd. He makes me want to put my hands on him, and I don't know how anybody deals with a November Scorpio man. No Scorpio man. And I have a child by a Scorpio man, and I want to throw him back to the street. It's not, I don't know what I was thinking, because it's like, no, this is not it. This wasn't, you know what? It was a smile, because they are a whole different breed.
No, they're a vibe, baby. They're an entire vibe. But let me tell you this. If you look at the time that it takes for you to go to school and get your master's and get your bachelor's, your master's, your PhD, that you got to add tax to that, because that's how long a Scorpio wants you to fucking wait around to understand who they are. What type of bullshit?
So would that be fair to say, as a Scorpio, is if they ask you to marry him, you're gonna be waiting around for him?
My son's
Yeah.
father, he's very and he's blaming on everybody else, and it's his crazy ways. And I be looking at him like, bro, you gotta relax. Like I'll sit there and talk to him. He was like, but you was my friend first. I said, but now I gotta talk to you like you just anybody on the street, because you be wilding. Like nobody wants to deal with that craziness you got into that you looking at. Like you sit here almost like talking to yourself. Like that's how crazy you are. You don't mean nothing that you saying. You're all over the place. They really are different. They're different. I'll say that.
Can I add the goofy
So
shit
you're
about?
not invalid for that thought.
Can I interject the goofy shit about y'all that I don't like? You don't trust nobody. You don't trust, but yet I'm supposed to tell you my innermost. You ascertain. You come in and try to get it from me. You try to get me to trust you. You lay it down. You put the little red, the golden whatever, all this shit. You lay the flowers down so I can know where to walk. You do all this bullshit so that I can trust you. Yet you don't trust. That shit is ridiculous to me. Secondly, I feel like you're sitting around the whole time with your periscope and your binoculars looking for some shit you're never gonna fucking find. But life tells you, and Confucius says, if you look, you will find. That's why niggas always saying, oh, blah, blah, blah. No, nigga, you did that. You thought it, and it fucking was. None of that shit happens. You're mental. You're mental.
Oh.
But I digress.
We are.
But I digress.
I'm
That means he gonna call back.
I can't argue with that, because I do think we're just like a walking misunderstood mental case. And it's just like, and it took me all these years to get here to like, I sit here and quiet. I don't associate with anybody, because and this is with friendships, relationships, anything. If I give you my all and I'm looking at you, I read your ways, I read your actions, I read your words. Mm-hmm. Like to me, your word is your bond, right? That's the era I came up. Your word is your ball. Period. Once you break them, it's like it's nothing there for me. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So I look at actions, your words, how you moving. So while I'm sitting here being looking at you like an analyst point of view, you know, sometimes your actions gonna make me sit there, like even to the people that people hang out with. I'm like, oh, this is what you into? I automatically judge you, because you know what? If I'm sitting back and we supposed to be like thinkers and we're supposed to be together, and this is the crowd that you bang with, or this is what you're going through, then I need to step away from that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm checking everything out about you and then around you that's making me seem like maybe one day you'll turn on me ultimately. And that's the thing. We make that perception before we even give time to see the true person that it is. Mental. And sometimes it makes us in the face. I want to let me growing over the years.
What I want to do is I want to give you a compliment, because it did sound like I was doing a bunch of punching down. You guys are loyal. You guys are loyal. Y'all loyal as fuck. If you fuck with them, if they fuck with you, you stuck with them. I do not like that you guys spend. I gotta go back to negative again. I do not like that you guys spend McDonald number hours saying they're never gonna figure me out. They're never gonna figure. You put stock in trying to get the fuck out. Yo.
Yeah, we a whole different breed. We're a whole different breed. You know what I'm saying? I know. Thank you. I gotta go, Kiki, because
Thank you, Maddie.
About to creep out.
Thank you for loving on us.
I couldn't talk to Maddie, but thank you. Tell her I said thank you.
Tone said thank you. Thank you for loving on us this morning, girl. Go somewhere, but don't go nowhere.
Yeah, look.
Oh,
you listen.
Come on,
who we talking to?
You gotta be 1 minute.
Gotta be quick with it.
You gotta be quick with it. Who this? Batman. Who is this?
Probably Batman.
Brandy.
Hi, Brandy.
Oh shit!
Can you keep this under 1 minute?
Y'all stir it up early in the morning, don't y'all?
Yeah, you better
know it every Monday.
You better know it. Can we keep it under 1 minute?
Y'all know I agree with my Virgo tone, right?
Yes.
And y'all know I agree with tone 150%. It don't take all that. If you pop the question and you're gonna do it, it doesn't take 5, 6, 7 years to plan a wedding or to go run to the courthouse to do all that. That's planning. Then people's other favorite thing is we're getting to know one another. Well, you're never going to fully know a person. You're going to learn a person every single day.
Facts.
So that's yet another excuse. People just need to start having a conversation. I'm afraid of marriage. This is why I don't want to get married. This is what I want out of a marriage. People, and you should start having those conversations early on, probably before you start fucking.
Period.
It is. Because of fact, you have to communicate.
People be in love with the things that people do for them or how they make them feel. But in the long term, you're going to change. You're going to evolve. You're going to grow. What used to move you once upon a time may not move you next year. So now you're going to be unhappy because you didn't have conversations about what your future looks
That's
like.
correct.
People living in their present, they don't discuss their futures. And Maddie and that Scorpio talking people is toxic. Period. I don't care how you put it. Scorpios are toxic little people.
Yes.
Virgos.
Yes.
You want a logical person. Get you a Virgo, because we really don't care about too much. We're gonna understand a lot. We are communicators and we are emotionally explosive. You're gonna get what you get. There is no in between with us.
Facts.
That's why people can't handle us. They can't handle what comes with us, and that's no in between. You either got it or you don't.
I
It's
like
simple.
y'all. Y'all just be sick too much, but I like y'all. And y'all talk about people all the time, but I like y'all.
They talk about us too.
Well, we'll talk about people to people because
I
sometimes
know it. I
people
mean,
even know that they ain't shit.
No, this is true. That's my only thing with y'all. But I love y'all.
We're very critical.
Yes,
But
extremely.
we're even more critical of ourselves.
But y'all
We're even
positive
more
thing.
critical
Y'all
of
clean as
ourselves.
fuck. Y'all clean as fuck. I love you because I love you. You. Everything in this place, the place has everything. I love y'all for that.
Duh.
But,
Thank you, Brandy.
I just think that people need. You're welcome.
We always like when you impart your little pearls,
Yes.
honey, your little pearls. Now get off our phone. Go
Y'all
somewhere.
know
We love you, Brandy.
Y'all know
Oh, Brandy, my boo.
Yeah.
My
Bye.
boo. Damn. Okay. We'll be nap time.
Go nowhere. Tom,
Well, Kiki.
our
Yo,
first show in the book.
Nigga, the first morning show, this is how it's going down. Mornings is going to be different for you motherfuckers. We're going to do something different in the morning time. We're going to make it a little more spicy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? A little more spicy in the mornings. I hope y'all enjoyed our first morning show. Tune in next Monday at 9 a.m.
Hey.
for Real Talk Uncensored. And
Yes.
we're going to talk about things. We're going to talk about some stuff. Get your mind percolating for the day. Because now, sir, during the day somewhere, Tyranny's going to be thinking about this alpha and beta thing all day long. Tyranny is wild up. Tyranny, thank you for your calls and your comments today. Batman, you know it's always a fucking pleasure to have you with us, man. Brandy, thanks for your call. Maddie, love you. Thank you for calling. Yo, everybody who called in, who supported this show today, man, we want to thank y'all, man. Now, you real quick, Black Tigers is coming up in November, but most important, it's almost the time for Rippies.
Rippies.
You know what I mean? Three-peat, show of the year.
We need your help.
We need your help. Now, I still waiting. What's up?
Okay, so as of right now, this Friday, the announcements of the categories and the nominees will be announced at the costume karaoke hosted by Brains and Bullshit hostess Miss Nita.
Okay.
It's located at 1225 First Street Northeast. Guess what? That is the exact location of the Rippies, which is the Hilton Garden Inn. So at October 29th, that's this Friday at 7 p.m., the Rippy announcements will be made. So if you want to find out if Tone and Kiki will be defending their crown as the best show, you can find out right then and there. Or if not, you will find out later on ripradionetwork.com and the Rip Radio app.
And that flyer will be available for
what, the karaoke?
For date purposes on Rip Radio.
Actually it's out right now. So if you haven't, we recommend you get the app. So we already post that out there. And bring egg whites to Tiger Talk. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yes, everybody wants egg whites in the building. I don't know if we're ready to let y'all meet egg whites yet, man.
Okay.
I don't know.
But what we do want you guys to do is like and fucking share this shit.
Man,
We
please
need
and
our
thank you.
algorithm to change. We need a lot of more. We need more people to understand how this morning thing getting ready to crack off. Like real talk, censor is a vibe, and we want everybody to understand that. So if you can do us a favor, like and share, and help us get our little show out here a little bit more. Because mornings we bringing something different for mornings, and I think everybody is up with their burnt toast and coffee.
Coffee and toast. Say 7 to 9, every day
7
from
to 9.
Monday to Thursday. But
Yes.
after Monday, after 9 a.m., the toast will be burnt. The coffee will be bitter, and there'll be some extra salt because the Cowboys suck and all that stuff. So that's how it's going to be.
So listen, at the end of the day, for y'all that are working and sometimes you can't get on Facebook Live, man, download that Rippy app. Download the Rip Radio Network app. You can tune into us there. Also, if you can't do it at work, you got to be sneaking with your phone under your desk with your little earbud in your ear listening. Do that.
Oh, and speaking of which, towards the end of the year, there are going to be some changes going into the new year, especially how you get to see these great people. So be prepared for those announcements again on ripradionetwork.com and the Rip Radio app. We highly recommend that because those are the changes that we're making.
Okay,
So
that's fine. And you already know that if you can't catch us in the morning, you can always check later on in the day on our Facebook, Real Talk Uncensored, or on my page or Tone's page, and it's called In Case You Missed It. We always send that out. I thank you for helping our first day be a success. You guys,
thank you. Love y'all. Thank y'all, man. I'm gonna go get some rest, get ready so I can be in the studio and really get it cracking.
Yes, sir. Take care. Be safe.
Take care, man. See y'all next week. Peace.
We out.